What's up, gamers? The Red Dragon here, and I am back answering your questions with the Dear Dragon Show, and I'm really liking this series, and you guys have been asking some really good questions, and this next one scared the crap out of me, I will admit. Here's the subject line. This one comes in from Random15124, and the subject of the letter is religion and meaning of life. So skip all the BS. Random's going to get right to the point. Wants to know why he's existing right now. So here's the question from Random. What are your thoughts on the meaning of life? Is there a meaning of life? Now, if you do read this, you'll notice that I added religion in the subject. Most people relate the meaning of life to religion. Why do you think this is? Do you relate those two together? So the first thing that I will begin by saying is that if you find anybody in this world that tells you that they know the meaning of life, stay away from them. Like, they don't have a clue, okay? Nobody's given a manual. Nobody's given a, point that says, hey, this is where you're heading and we're all heading in the same direction. Like, there's no self-help book or dummy's guide to the meaning of life, because we're all completely different. The way I experience things, the way my mind works is based on my past experiences, my memories, and that is going to be completely different from you and from everybody else. And so that's what really makes us human, is our experiences. And so therefore, if we all have different experiences, there's no way that the meaning of life is the same for all of us. And depending on who you ask or what kind of person you're talking to, if you're talking to a religious person, you're going to get a completely different answer than what you would get if you were talking to somebody like Stephen Hawking. And so if you talk to somebody like Stephen Hawking, which is actually funny because I was watching a video the other day. I was watching the Science Channel, and he has a show on there. And one of the shows was actually the meaning of life. And they were talking about the brain and how it works and the different experiences. And, they were like, if you look at living organisms, anything that's living, the meaning of their life is just to live, to survive. So they're fighting for life. Now, do I personally believe the meaning of life is just purely to exist? No, I think that would be kind of sad. And I think that's where people want to get into a meaning of life. They want to have a purpose to survive. And so for millions of people around the globe, religion answers that question. It's very convenient because it gives you a purpose, right? You're supposed to live to just praise God. But do I think you have to have religion to have a meaning to life? I don't think so at all. Here's why. Because one, I don't think it's even a good question to ask, what is the meaning of life? I think maybe the question should be, what is the meaning to your life? And for some people, religion fits that bill. For some people, that's the meaning of their life. For others, it's about other things, like, maybe it's parenting. Maybe their life, what gives them meaning, the urge to want to live, is the love that they have for their kids, for giving them knowledge and whatever they can to help them survive, and so that they make it better than they had it themselves. For some people, the meaning of life is to teach, to give knowledge, to give information. All I can do is answer the meaning of life for me, and I can tell you that it's changed. Whenever I was younger, the meaning of life was to date as many girls as I could and to have as much fun as I could, to go out at every waking moment and possibility. And as I got older, that all kind of changed, and I started finding more meaning to life by trying to help others, by trying to take in as much information as I could, and by trying to pass that information along. And so for me, that's the meaning of my life. For me, it isn't trying to accumulate the most wealth that I possibly can or trying to impress a lot of people. I think at the end of the day, whenever I'm laid down in the ground, the thing that I want to pass on is I want to hopefully know that I helped as many people as I possibly could throughout my lifetime. And that, for me, gives me purpose. That gives me a meaning. But you have to find out what's the meaning to your own life. And, that's a question only you can answer. And nobody else can answer it for you. And so If you find anybody who tells you that they can answer it for you, that's why I say stay very far away. All right, so I would just urge you to kind of do a little soul searching. Find out what makes you tick, what makes you strive to survive, to want to live. Some people it's creating music, some people it's creating art, some people it's like teaching, some people it's helping others, like I said. So the meaning is very different to everybody because we're all different. We all have different experiences. And for some people, spirituality answers that question. For some people, it doesn't. And there have been plenty of people who didn't have any religion who left a huge impact on humanity. People who aren't religious who gave us unimaginable amounts of knowledge and information and technologies that have helped us as a human race continue to survive and become easier. And so I think for me, that's the point. For you, it may not be the point. And so everybody just kind of has to figure that out for themselves. But it's a question that I wouldn't focus too much on because you've got the rest of your life to focus on it. And instead, I would suggest that you go out and you live your life and you do those things. And you go out and you find whatever it is that makes you tick and you enjoy doing that and you do it the best that you freaking can. All right, random. So I hope that answered your question, at least in a somewhat acceptable way. Sorry, I can't give you a definite answer here. But viewers, help me out here. What do you think the meaning of life is? Is there a meaning to life? And do you believe that there needs to be religion in order to have a meaning of life? I don't believe so, but if that's what you believe, I'm not going to, down you or think any differently of you. I respect all opinions, and none of us will know till the very end, right? So that does it for me, the Red Dragon. Post your comments below. Let me know what you thought about this. And if you have a Dear Dragon question, a question that you would like me to attempt to answer, be sure that you leave me a message. Shoot me a message here on YouTube, or you can also hit me up on Facebook. I don't suggest Twitter because you can't post very long messages in Twitter. So hit me up on Facebook or YouTube, and I'll do my best to answer your question. That does it for me, the Red Dragon. Give me a like if you don't mind. And if you haven't already, I would appreciate your subscription as well. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.